Hi. There you go, folks. If you're cruising to the Wild Outdoorsman and take a ticket, spend over $100, you get a free duck call. So I've got another duck call to add to the mix there, because Charlie's so good at losing stuff. Also got 50 rounds of 410, because Charlie's so good at hitting stuff. And now we're off to make sure the bloody Mai is good to go and that no one else has tagged it. Oh, the Mai-Mai's still here. It's a bloody foot underwater at the moment. I don't know. Don't know if it's worth coming all the way in here for opening day, because it's just so clogged up. The entry's all clogged up. We couldn't get the canoe. We tried to cut a bunch of canoe to bring in here, but it was too heavy for the boat. Might just have to come in here and hide in the flax again, I think. Later in the season. There wasn't that many ducks on there anyway. There's only about 150 maybe to 100, couldn't count. Got bloody crap jammed in my jet unit, so whew, almost tore my steering cable off. At least the Mai-Mai's still here. It's just a shame it's such an epic mission to get in here. We've all run out of stuff to talk about. Been here for 2 hours waiting for the weather to clear. It's quite hard to find conversation topics when you've been talking for 2 hours already. But we're going to get in there. It's only a matter of time. The weather's clearing. We can see blue sky down there, and it's just erring on the side of caution and not rushing off or half-cocked into the clouds and the winds. So we'll get in there eventually. We can see blue there, and when she clears up there, then we'll be away. Tahr hunting. Guts out and freezing and the cold and the bloody frostbite, but it's not too bad. And we're in a new block. We're up Bubble Creek this time. Bubble Creek, right up the head of the Landsborough. This is the top block, isn't it? Up the Landsborough? Yep, I think this is the highest block. Bruce, you haven't been up here before, right?
No, never been on this block.
It feels like we're virgin tahr hunters again. About to tackle some new territory. It's not a very steep block, this one, a lot of scrub. The rivers, I brought my Koro packer raft along to get across the other side of the river if we want, which is good because it's up quite a bit. We've just had a heap of rain and a bit of snow. I was kind of hoping there'd be a little bit of snow where we were camping, but there's not. But there is a bit of snow further up, which is good because it makes the animals a bit easier to spot. Thanks, James, for flying us, and he had to fly the long way around to get through the Mai Tai saddle, so I appreciate that. probably not making much money off us, but he's getting out there and doing it, and we're getting in here and going for a tahr hunt. So yeah, Fox and Fran's Heli Services, guys, if you want the best deal going on the coast to get into a tahr plot, call Jane Scott. Just waiting for the other two to come in. Old Frenchie, you may remember Frenchie, and Matt, you may remember Matt too. Matt invited us along last year for a tahr hunt. He's invited us along this year, so I appreciate it. What a good bastard. Now we just got to smash the big tent up. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll wait for the other helicopter to land and then we'll smash it up, because this looks like the only flat camping spot for the bit. Oh no, that's pretty good down there. Anyway, I'm going to start talking now. And
pretty gnarly just here, but
couple of bumps there, mate.
yeah, a few bumps we got there though. Seen plenty of tahr, which is promising.
Did you?
Not where we can get to, but
Oh,
it's all right.
how's that, Kevin?
Super nice. Oh yeah, was awesome.
I nearly walked the wrong way out of the machine though, didn't you?
No, I was just doing
That was close.
No, I was just doing
I just saved Kevin's life. He almost got his face burnt off, stumbled back into the road, has chopped his head off and then drowned in the Landsborough, and I grabbed him, so he owes me a bottle of whiskey for that one. Pretty hard to beat these Hilleberg tents for good quality. I haven't tried a lot of tents. I've tried MacPack, MSR, Hilleberg, Olympus, and a couple of Chinese brands, and these Hilleberg are just the mutts nuts. They've got some really good features, super strong, super quick and easy to put up, and very spacious inside. Pretty sweet. They've got this one big main opening, and if it's stormy, you can open the storm flat. Nice big roomy vestibule to put your gear, which is pretty important when it's hammering down with rain, because you don't want moisture inside the tent. You can dump all your gear in this big vestibule or front porch. You can even sleep a couple of people in here. It really is a good tent. Bloody expensive, but worth its weight in gold. G'day mate. Yeah, how's it going? Pretty similar to my tent, actually, to the Hilleberg tent. It's a real good design, these tunnel tent designs. And you can actually, I don't know if you can with the MacPack, but with the Hillebergs, you can put 2 poles in each pole hole to strengthen them up. You can probably do it with this one, could you? Oh no, you can't. What we've done the last couple of trips, which has worked really well, is each of us brings a meal to cook for 4 people for 4 nights. And this meal has got to be the easiest meal to cook. It's just mashy. You just chop everything up, all the veggies up, put them in a pot, boil the shit out of it, put some butter and some salt, some pepper, mash it all up, and then serve it with some protein. So yeah, old Scotty Sheldon taught me that one. Cheers Scotty, it's a bloody good idea. Scotty lives off this shit. Good jerky, eh Bruce?
This is good. It's really good.
Seems to work for Khan, so we're going to give it a crack. I'm not superstitious by any means, but I thought it would be a bit of humour if I bought some mussels and give a shout out to Khan. Shout out, bro. Want a mussel? Sweet, some fresh nanny tahr prints. That's encouraging. I was just saying, there's not much browse or shit up here. Everything's growing pretty good. No need for a bloody tahr coal, Eugenie. What the heck? Everything's cranking up here. It's hardly any browse at all. Bracing, it's pretty cold. It's probably about 5, 7 degrees, and we're going to go up. Me and Kevin are going to go up. Bruce is probably going to follow us. We're just going to push up this first hill and have a bit of a look. We've only got about an hour and a half till it gets dark, so we're just going to have a bit of a look, see what's around, and then delicious dinner of very fresh. Sweet, we might even smoke an Annie pretty damn soon actually. per usual, we've seen some tahr, but they're way on the other side of the valley. So there's our first evening. Pretty good. Don't know if the muscles worked as well as I thought they were going to. Yeah, it's slowly getting dark. Fading light. The animals should be moving fairly quickly now, so we're just going to stay here a little bit longer until it gets dark and walk back under torchlight, cook a feed of delicious bluefin tuna steaks. Looking forward to that dinner. Yes, hopefully we'll see a bull a bit closer coming out of those bluffs up there, I reckon. This is a new brand on the New Zealand market, Spiker it's called. I think it's an Australian brand. Been around for quite a while, very similar to Stony Creek. Hello, the camp. Hey lads.
G'day.
Nice.
My bloody
What?
I left my headlamp in Kevin's fucking bag, didn't I?
Oh, in Kevin's bag. Did you walk home in the dark?
Yeah.
Shit.
Wasn't too bad.
In the fading light. Ingenious looking setup you got here, lads.
Maybe even a little bit shorter.
Adjustable, eh?
Ask him how to work the bloody thing.
Well, it's a good brand. It's Petzl. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's red again. Shit, I don't know. You're on your own, boss. It's the old get the head torch. Get the head torch and don't read the instructions before you go bush. I had the same with this bloody thing. Oh, not with this one, with my black diamond. It locked and I couldn't figure out how to turn it on. And of course I threw the instructions out. Luckily, I was close to cell phone reception and I could go and Google it, how to turn on black diamond headlamp. But we can't do that because we're way up here in the middle of nowhere. We can probably send a text out on the DeLorme. Actually, you've got a DeLorme too, haven't you, Bruce? Yeah. Bruce might have to text his wife to see what's going on there. How do you work this bloody headlamp? I forgot to bring the instructions. Technology, the pros and cons of technology. Matt's brought the big shooter seat, there we go. I've got little John right next to him there, little James. It's not too shabby, eh? Cheffing it up in the blimmin' backcountry. We just got that watercress off the side of the road. It's probably full of diesels, mate. It'll be right.
Double bagging it.
I'd like to thank everyone out there who's watching this for providing that delicious bluefin tuna steak. If it wasn't for you fellas, I would never had the resources to go out and catch it. I might have caught one on Bruce's boat, but it would have been on a hand line and it probably would have towed me in. And we would have put on his capstan winched actually and just winched it into the boat. Hey Bruce?
Yeah.
We've been talking about that for a while actually. Put a massive rope on and a giant stainless hook and just hook one of them and put them on the winch and just haul them into the boat. We should do that actually, that'd be quite a good bit. Forgot about the liver fluke in the watercress. The snails that turn into little flounders in your liver and then you die of... What do you die of? Inflamed liver or something?
No, if you die, just could give yourself a drink.
I don't know, it's pretty bad. Oh, do you just drench yourself, gets rid of liver fluke?
We sidected.
Bit of sidectin, there you go. Any liver fluke sufferers out there? Just sidecting yourself. Drench them. I put bloody dog flea treatment in my kids' hair on the back of the neck to get rid of fleas once. Don't tell Kristen, she'll freak out. We're just talking about piss bottles and I was telling the boys that my piss bottle's a little bit skinny on the neck, the one that I bought up. I used to bring the V8 vegetable bottles, V8 vegetable juice, the glass bottles because they had the wide neck, but Kevin goes, what the hell are you talking about? Kevin's one's not quite big enough. And then Bruce whaps out, show us your one, Bruce. Bruce whaps out the big daddy. Look at that. Chuck it over here so I can see it. Yeah, I don't want it touching my leg. There we go. Oh, geez, what's that shit in it, bro? Oh, is it salt? What the hell? Is that what it is? It's all crystallised.
Of course it fucking is. It's been in there for ages.
Look, yeah, it's your piss is crystallised and it's got little bits of pink in there.
Got a red.
What the hell? Mate, that can't. I'll be getting that checked out if I was you. Is that really crystallised piss? Surely not.
We put 10 pigs on it.
What the hell? Oh, from granite. Is it granite sand maybe?
You see, it came from France.
What, the bottle?
Yeah, it's white and Dijon.
It's a French piss bottle. There, mate. You guys can share it. There's plenty of room for two in there. No crossing swords, eh? It'd be like when you're kids, right, and you're pissing next to your brother in the toilet. I don't know, any of you fellas, you got a brother? Some of you fellas must have brothers out there, and anyway, and you end up trying to cross swords with your pee stream and pissing all over the floor. That's what my boys must do, because man, our bathroom stinks like piss all the time. It's quite embarrassing when people come over. It's like, geez, that bathroom smells like piss. It's because the boys just spray willy-nilly. I don't know what the hell. It's not that hard to piss in the toilet, is it, kids? Yes. Life goals. One day I'm going to piss in the toilet, not on the floor.
Not a KOT of coffee. Yeah, that'll do. Good on you.
Morning time. All the batteries are flat 'cause it's freezing cold up here. It's about -7. You ever gotten up this early before, Frenchie?
No.
It's the first time for everything, mate. Anyway, coffee time. Why did I bring so much breakfast? What the hell? It's got to be good for you. Cutting up sweat first thing in the morning. Going up there. We've come up here and we saw a bull disappearing over the skyline just as we crested the ridge, so we're a little bit late. We were planning to climb up here in the dark. My bloody phone, it was so cold last night, my phone battery went flat. I think everyone's did. We got up in the dark, but by the time we got up here, the sun was starting to come over the tops of the hills and it was already light and the animals had been moving up. A lot of people hunt, they sleep in and then hunt late at night, which works because the big old mature bulls come out of the tops or up from the scrub right on dark. But if you get up the hill in the dark, you can sometimes get them before they go up the hill or back into the scrub, and that's quite an effective technique. And I reckon it's better to climb the bluffs in the dark, shoot a good bull first thing, and then the rest of the day you can just muck around and cruise around. It's always shit when you're right up in the bluffs and you shoot a bull right on dark and you've got to climb all the way down through the steep stuff. It's really is shit, but we know where they're coming out of now because we saw them disappearing over the ridge, so we can come back here tonight and ambush one if we want, or we can just keep pushing around to some new country. Side of the hill where we saw the bull disappear over this morning, so we know there's one up in there somewhere. I'd say there's a fair few because it's pretty steep, lots of overhangs. We just got to find them. No animals yet. We found the nanny and a bull way up there. We've just seen a mature bull 278 metres away. Yeah, I'd say let's smoke him from here before he buggers off. He looks like he's 12 inches, we can't tell, but Matt's going to have a crack. We'll go and assess him on the ground, I think. We're trying to cut close without him seeing us. He's still 300 odd metres away. If we can close the distance, we'll have a crack at him, but he's on a skyline watching us. We can't go below us because it's bluffs. We're almost close enough for a shot. Did you get him?
Yeah.
Is he rolling?
It's gone over the top.
Oh, there we go. Snotted our first animal. Don't know if we'll be able to recover him yet. It looks bloody steep around there.
300 wisdom.
And what's the setup?
It's a Tika T3 with a vortex scope. My uncle does some hand loads here, so I'm not actually sure what his recipe is, but it knocked that down at a fair distance. So
What was that? How far?
how would you call that? 300?
300 wisdom. Max one over at 300 metres. We've come to a bit of a cliff here. We can get down it. Over there, we can get across there. Around the corner, I don't know. It's yes, it's pretty steep and exposed over there too. It doesn't look too bad from here, but when we get over there, there's only a metre between the edge and the cliff, which is not much if you slip. I might even be able to go down around the bottom and look up the creek and go straight up the gut he's fallen into, because we're probably going to have to do that anyway, I'd say. Yes. Not worth risking your life over recovering a bull. Having said that though, don't be a pussy. Know your limits. Know your limits, manage the risk, be safe. I'm going to have to go back down the hill. We've been sitting here for about 40 minutes having lunch. So we have to go back down the way we came and get around this little gulch. It's just too dangerous to get down. There's only about 15 foot of steep and then it flattens out, but just that 15 foot, because it's still frozen and hard, too sketchy. Well, he's above that waterfall up there, so we can't get him from this angle. We can't go up the creek to him. Might be able to go back up that gut and then around and then over the top, but that's pretty steep and dodgy too. What do you reckon, Bruce?
Yeah, I can be pretty right, eh? We'll just go up this bit and across there, keeping well into that stuff and following up the gully, I think.
Give her a nudge. We've almost reached the end of the road. Bruce has actually reached the end of the road. We all pussied out, said, no, we're not going up there. We're staying here. Bruce has gone up there. Now he's trying to get back down. He's having a wee bit of difficulty. He's looking and umming and ahhing left and right, and yeah, he can't get to the bull, so we can't get to the bull. If Bruce can't get it, nobody can bloody get it. Hopefully he gets down okay. It doesn't look very steep there, but it's bloody steep. Catch and release, eh? Well, it was 50-50 whether it was going to come this way or the other way, and it bloody went the other way, so that's Tahr hunting. Made it. That was slightly sketchy, but it wasn't too bad. We wouldn't have died, we just would have injured ourselves moderately. Big cuts or maybe a minor broken bone or something, so we took the risk. Minor concussion. And we saved ourselves a shitload of walking. So this is the way we come up. This is where we had lunch. I'm going to cut back around now and slowly make our way back around the hill. It's midday, it's 12 o'clock. These bloody ice axes come in real handy. Take an ice axe if you go tahr hunting, folks, because you'll probably need it. I wouldn't have been able to cut the steps up that rock face if I didn't have an ice axe, and we would have had to go all the way back around down the hill. It's pushing on 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Camp's down the bottom of the hill, about 1 kilometre from camp, K1.5 maybe. We don't know what to do. Stay here and wait for dark for the animals to come out. Last night they were still in the snow when it got dark, way up the hill. But we're halfway between where we were last night in the snow, so we're almost within shootable distance. I think we're just going to hang out here. Because the only other option is to push way over the other side of that gut over there, and it's just too much of a slog back to camp. I think we're just going to hang out here and glass and chill out in the sun before it disappears. 1 hour till the sun goes. Oh, we found a bull. He's on the other side of the valley, not far from camp actually. Oh, he's bloody gone. He took off down the creek, come all the way down from the top of the other side of the valley, all the way down to the main river, crossed the river, booted it around the corner, basically ran the whole way. He was on a hell of a mission. See you, mate. See you down there. Bruce is hightailing it. I think I'm going to hightail it too. We're going home. We're going back to camp. All the nannies are still up top of the hill in the sun eating food up there. They're not going to come down here to have a feed, so bugger it. Fairly easy down the hill, that one. Cruisy as. And Kevin's a bit rooted, but it's first time Tahr hunting. It's not quite as easy as it looks in the videos. Yeah, my knees held out pretty good. It's a bit sore, but I didn't twist anything, so stoked. Just been waiting for it to give all bloody day, but it's hung in there. Don't have a very heavy pack though. I couldn't carry a heavy pack, that's for sure. So, just point of interest, we're right up the top end of the Landsborough, the very top block, and all the animals are up super high. And we found some fresh ship paper just over there, and Mac just found a banana peel that's not even black yet, so it's less than a week old. Really interesting. Someone's been up here just recently, and we're first period, so no one should have been here before us. I wonder who it was. I wonder, probably bloody Department of Conservation workers up here shooting the animals. Who knows? Hard to speculate. But interesting to note that someone else has been up here in the wilderness area hunting, and damn sure they didn't walk in here, because it's the very top block. You wouldn't walk all the way from the bottom to the top block to go hunting. You'd walk to one of the lower blocks. It would take a week to walk in here from the road end. Shit. Probably the Dooleys. The Greg Dooley's probably been in there, and he's been up over the top and over and back again to his car in 3 bloody days. Wouldn't surprise me. Machines, those boys. Anyway, we're gonna have some dinner. What's on the menu, mate?
Got some special sausages and a whole lot of veggies.
He's got mashy. Sauce. Special mashy.
Carrot buns.
Mate, that looks like a bit of alright there. Look at that, eh? Quite like this knife. Where did you get that from?
Don't know.
You can't remember where you got it from?
No.
He bought it last time and I said, I'm going to get one of those, and then I didn't get one. I think he bought it the time before and I said, I'm going to get one of those, and I still haven't bloody got one. Now I've seen it again, I'm going to bloody get one. Does anyone know where to get these egg containers from? Anyway, I've got muesli again for breakfast. Bruce has got bacon and eggs. Oh, what a glorious day in the hills. Oh, look what the cat dragged in. Yeah, nice. Good sleep?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Not that cold.
Not that cold, not as cold as the night before, eh?
No.
Instead of a hard out frost last night, we just had a mild frost. Still pretty frosty and crunchy underfoot, but yeah, the night before was definitely pretty cold with the wind howling down and all the rest of it. I think this is Kevin's first time hiking with an overnight kit in his pack and a heavy pack, so he's in for a nice surprise. I'm pretty lightweight. I've got some good technical lightweight gear that doesn't weigh too much, so this is when it all pays off, the investment in that lightweight technical gear. When you do big missions, overnight missions, it's expensive, but and that's one reason I like Stony Creek gear so much. Not only because they give me free shit, but also because it is very lightweight and really technologically advanced. Big Agnes is pretty good too, actually. The Big Agnes gear, super lightweight, pretty good quality, hard wearing, and not all brands get it right. If you've got a whole heap of product, there's going to be the occasional product that's not too flash, but yeah, each for their own. Anyone else got any favourite pieces of equipment that they really rate, that they've been using for a while, and it's lightweight, very strong and very warm? Let me know, comment below. I'm always interested to find out what other awesome gear there is out there. Anyway, we're off down the river about 1.5 kilometres, and then we're going to dump all our stuff, set up a camp, and then up the hill. Got a bit of up and down in between hand. We've got a couple of creeks to cross too before we get to our campsite. Hopefully my knee hangs in there. As long as I don't rotate it, it'll be sweet. Booked in for surgery, but who knows when that'll be. Well, I'm not booked in. I'm waiting for the guy to book me in. Anyway, off down the river. Man, the rocks are slippery this morning. Treacherous. The sun's just coming over the horizon. She's warming up. This might be our campsite. It's pretty good. This is about 1 kilometre downstream from the landing zone. It's not bad. You've got both sides of the valley, pretty steep up true left, and not so steep up true right. Plenty of scrub on both sides of the valley, but I'd say true left is probably where all the animals are going to be. And then a couple of hills over down that way, Shelter Hollow on the left, and then Arbor Rift is the next block on the right hand side, but that's a couple of valleys down from here. Lots of country between here and Shelter Hollow and here in Arbor Rift. It's not looking great. The thing is, you see, we've come down here and it's just very steep and very scrubby, and it's a long way to get to the top of the hill. We've seen one nanny up there, but there's a lot of inaccessible country between us and the tops where the Tahr are probably going to be hanging out. We could keep going down around the corner. Bruce is keen to go back to camp above camp where we were last night. I'm kind of keen to push on down around the corner a bit. Yes. It looks so easy when you look at it through the GoPro, but it's not. It's too steep to climb. We're going downstream to have a look around the corner, see what it's like. Oh, 270. We just seen the Shelter Hollow fellas up on that ridge line up there. They are a long way from Shelter Hollow actually. A hell of a climb to get up there. Oh, this is looking better up here. Big open basin, looks like we can walk up there too, so this is about 1.5 km below the landing strip. See, just made myself a little platform on the side of the gully here. Pretty happy with that. Only took about 20 minutes. Home away from home. Now we just got to wait all bloody day for it to get dark and the animals come down the hill. But that's all right. Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
It'll be too green, eh?
Certainly no bloody jet boil. It's taking its sweet time. We're ready to go. We've been sleeping in the sun. I had a bit of a nap. These boys haven't because they're in the full sun and they're getting cooked. But yes, we're ready to rock and roll. Up the bloody hill. I have a good feeling about tonight. Bruce is back at camp above camp. I think he might shoot a nice nanny. I don't think he's going to see any good bulls. He might do though. You never know. The old bull, he's pretty jamming. Been doing this for a few years longer than me. Anyway, up the hill. Ready?
Yep.
I'm just getting B-roll footage so to make it interesting. How interesting is that?
How interesting is what?
This would be a good find back in the medieval days. Be a cup. It's Kevin's cup. I'm not too sure what creek this is, but I'll put it in the description or on the screen so you fellas can see. Yeah, I've decided to go through all my Tahr videos, and as the video's playing, just explain a bit about the block and let you guys know where the good and bad access points are, just so you can have a reference point for in the future if you ever come to the particular blocks I've been to anyway that I've recorded. Which is I've filmed a couple of hunts up here. We're almost up to the knob. we want to sit on, which is right there, and there's a bit of nanny tar sign around, which is great. Here we are. Check this out. It's got to be tar hanging around up here. The sandflies are murmuring. Don't know what that means. It's pretty cool though. Man, how good is that turpentine burn, eh? She just explodes into flame. We haven't seen animals yet. I'm a little bit concerned we're not far enough up the hill, although we're quite a way up the hill. We could always get a bit further, so we'll just have to see what happens. We're going to climb just a little bit higher. The sun's about to go off the top of the peaks now. We've got about an hour left of light. There's a couple of kia up there. I still haven't seen one tar up here, which is crazy. There's some old sign, but no fresh sign. Couple of nanny prints on the way up. Pretty good spot for it. Some more of this basin here, and bluffs up behind us there, and still nothing. But the sun's still on the peaks of those hills over there, so we're just waiting. Going to wait here till dark, right till dark, and then walk back down to camp in the head torch, which is. There's a sweet campsite right there. You can actually access it. You can come up there and around. So this is the main gut. We came up here, and our tents are down around the corner. Half an hour later, it's getting cold. I've got all of my clothes on out of my pack. Still no tar. Patience though, we're just going to wait here till it gets dark. And when we can't see anymore, then we'll quit and crawl down the hill with our tail between our legs, back to camp with this bugger all firewood, and go to bed. Get up in the morning, shoot a tar. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. I just don't know. Yeah, we're cutting a bit thin. You see, we came in on Monday and we're out again on Friday, which is in 2 days away. It's Wednesday already, and we didn't get in here till Monday afternoon, till about 1:30, 2 o'clock. So, yes, short time in the block this time, but we came in pretty confident, and fortunes can change very easily. So we're not giving up just yet. We're in it for the long run. Well, we did already snot a good bull, but it bloody fell over the edge into cliff. Bloody Kier's kicking up a hell of a stink. I'm pretty sure that's his nest over there. We saw him fly over with a long stringy bit of, looked like plastic or something. God knows where he got that from. And then he flew into a rock under a hole, and then he saw us and he shat the bed and came over here. So I can see his hole just over there. I'm pretty sure that's his nest. That's where he took his nesting bit of stuff to, but they shouldn't be nesting this time of year. Maybe he just keeps it maintained all year round, I don't know. G'day mate. He's not happy. It's got to be his nest over there. We're calling it. Well, I'm calling it. I don't know if the other guys are calling it, but I'm ready to call it because it's getting too dark to see to shoot anyway now. So balls. No tar in this particular spot, so we're going to go back to camp, light a shit fire because there's hardly any firewood, and have some dinner, go to sleep I guess.
You've done well to not bring it.